Hello to one and all. I hope you all are doing okay. If you're in the way of that storm, I just pray that you and your family are safe, that you all found a plan that works for you, and that you're okay. Um, my thoughts and prayers are with everyone right now. I came back early when I heard about the hurricane, so I ended up coming back early. Um, I can't find words. I only came to offer some kind of advice or ideas of what you can do to get ready for the storm beyond, fill your bathtubs with water and things like that. So everyone familiar with canned goods, of course, get canned goods, but the main canned goods you want to get are proteins, anything that are legumes, beans, chicken, tuna, hash. I don't know if y'all familiar with hash, but yeah, hash. Um, if you have eggs, we always did 5 per person. And so that means get the largest container of eggs you can buy and boil them. Boil them. If you know for certain it's gonna hit your area, you are not able to get out, boil your eggs. I mean, boil them up, hard boil them up, and place them within Ziploc bags, unpeeled. Do not peel them yet. Unpeeled. Put them in a Ziploc bag. If you have 2 stories, please move everything that you are able to upstairs, such as any electronic devices you may have, unless you just don't care. But as far as all of the food, make sure you have a Tupperware bin. Um, I think you guys know which ones I'm talking about. People put Christmas supplies in them. But anyway, um, put all of your food items in that and then take it upstairs. Or if it's too heavy, take the bin upstairs and fill it with everything from downstairs that you can eat, the legumes, the beans, the lunch meat, the you know, canned chicken, canned tuna, the hash meat and stuff like that. You take it upstairs with your spam, take it upstairs, put it in the bin. Make sure to try to ration your stuff not based on buying the least amount. Everyone can eat within the household. That's not good for them. Stress burn calories fast. And when you're out of power, stress level increase, you're going to burn calories fast. And the body's response to stress, it is usually hunger. Once you have a moment to even try to process what's going on around you, you start feeling intense hunger pains. That's just the body's way of trying to cope and survive. So, with that said, make sure you have all of that, and please take it, like I said, take it upstairs with you. If you have items already in your cabinet, in your pantry that you know would sustain, go upstairs and put it up. If you don't have a can opener, please make sure you take upstairs with you a knife or something to be able to open those canned goods with a knife. If you need me to show you a demo before in the morning how to open a can with a knife, please comment below and I will definitely stop what I'm doing and make you a video and show you how to open a can with a knife. Okay. Another thing, I know it sounds crazy. If you have grits in the house, please go ahead and make those grits now. At least a half a bag of grits. Yeah, make the grits now. Also make them more creamier than you normally would because as you know, as grits get cold, they get thick, right? So make these extremely watery, more liquidy than you would normally, right? And you season them babies down. You season them down like some chicken, whatever flavor you want them to have. You can do some grits with handle it just like his cream of wheat, cinnamon, sugar, things like that in it. Season it down. Cook them grits, season them down. Do at least 4 gallon Ziploc bags of those. Lay them flat. Make sure they're laying flat. That way you can break off pieces of it to be able to eat. And if you have children with you, if they taste the sugar or sweet, they'll continue eating, which is good because you want them to get full. Then do another pot of grits, and what you do is you season that down like chicken. You season it down like turkey. You put everything in there: garlic powder, lemon pepper, a little bit of Tony Chachere's, a little bit, or a little bit of slap your mama, or whatever your signature dishes are. Then you go ahead and make those grits that way, right? And what you do is you season the grits down that way for a reason, because when people pull off a piece of it, they can eat it. Not only that, once you lay it flat that way, you're able to cut it into eighths and everybody get a square. And what you're doing, you're trying to keep them sustained and have something on their stomach, because it's gonna solidify itself. No question. Grits are cheap. That's not a real big loss if you end up throwing it away. So that's why I made that recommendation to you. Uh, boy, all in paper, all all important papers and documents, please start placing those in Ziploc bags, and take them into the room that you all will be in. Once the water enter the house, do not go downstairs. Once the water enters the house, do not go downstairs. While you're in the house now, find a sheet. Find a sheet as white or light as you possibly can. In your living room, stretch it out in your house right now. Stretch it out and take a spray paint and write help on it, and then also put how many children and adults are in the house. So at the top part, you could say one adult, two adults, and then well, actually, I always told them to do the opposite. Always put the kids at the top. So let's say you have two children, and then right up under it, say one adult, two adult, three adult, right? But you want them to notice that there are kids in this house, right? Also, put, if you can, all right, put the symbol, or put medical needs, MEDNEEDS. If you know someone are in there with hypertension, diabetes, asthma, any kind of chronic medical condition, please put at the very bottom and put a line under it. Medical needs. So like I said, get your sheet. Do that now. It don't take no time to dry. Give it time to dry. It can dry in the house. Once that water comes into your house and that storm is over, you pin that sheet, let it hang outside of the window, and secure it with some nails on the other side of the house, on the inside of the house. Let your window down. It's not going anywhere. As emergency personnel start scanning the streets, they're going to see your house. They're going to recognize your house first and foremost. Okay. Medications. Please make sure you have all medications in a Ziploc bag. Please make sure you have something to drink. If you were not able to get out by water and things like that, you need to find anything and everything you can to put water in. I always told people, if you have a bottle of mouthwash in the house or something you don't really use in the bathroom area, pour it out and clean it out really good before that storm hit. Pour it out, clean it out real good, shake it up, rinse it multiple times with hot water, sterilize it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fill that bottle up with water. That water is to be used for one thing and one thing only. It is not drinking water. That water is to be used for taking medications only. Taking that way, they're not taking from the main supply of water. So they're going to only be taking a sip, or a swig of water to be able to get their medications in them and get it down. Once they run out of that water, then you can go ahead and go into the main supply of water. But I usually tell people to use like the big bottle of Listerine you have in your house, like the big one, old school ones. Now, you ain't going to be using all of that. You can still put the mouthwash in another container, just in case you need to use it for sterilization or something like that in upstairs, right? Fill that joker up with water. Clean it out thoroughly. Fill it up with water. It has a measuring cup on top of it. Give the person that cup and let them take their medications with that. That's just to preserve their needs. Do not go downstairs if you're on a two-story. Do not go downstairs after that water has reached your house. Put the not flag, put the sheet, nail it on the inside, the top of it. Use 4 nails, 2 on the end, 2 in the middle, spaced apart in 4s. You nail it into your wall. You drop that sheet out of the window. You let it be seen from there. Make sure you have biggest down there help with 3 exclamation marks, and then you put under it how many kids, put a line under the number of kids, and then adults under that. Then put MED, NEEDS, med needs, medical needs. And when they're scanning or people even trying to move around, they're gonna notice that house. They're gonna remember your house, and they will send help to you because they're gonna. If they don't notice nothing else, they're gonna have the compassion and humanity to know kids are in there and someone sick are in there, and they'll send them to you immediately. Lastly, before I go, if you not have not done so, please get on your county's medical needs registry. In times of natural disasters, in those instances, they have specifically medical shelters that are set up and designed for those with chronic medical conditions who require medical care. So you do not have to sit in your house. Actually, they come and pick you up. They don't take you. You don't have to try to get them. They're going to come and pick you up, especially vulnerable populations such as our seniors and our disabled citizens. They do come in. Sometimes they on boats. Usually they use EMS transport and they're moving them back, getting them to that particular shelter that stage literally like an entire hospital. And people don't know about it, but every single solitary county has a plan in place and funding in place to get you somewhere so your needs are met. Another thing, if you are on that registry, whoever you place on there, you need to tell them if you have animals in the house they need to be aware of. You also need to let them know the point of contact who will be with you at the shelter. They do not like to have vulnerable populations at the shelters alone. And that's for obvious reasons. Someone need to be there from the family, loved one, friend, church member to be accountable for this person, and advocate for them too, as well. We're dealing with people in a high stress situation, so you need someone there with them or with you if you having stuff done like dialysis, you're on chemo, you have poor mobility, you really can't get out, you really can't do anything for yourself. Please get onto that registry. Don't wait until the last minute. You do it when you feel great, things are going wonderful. And that registry, depending on the county, it can last upwards 5 years. They renew every 5 years. They'll send you a letter out letting you know that it's time to renew it. Has anything changed? Your caregiver, family members, circumstances, conditions, all of that. So I hope the little bit of advice I could give to you was beneficial in some way or small way. Use that lunch meat, make sandwiches. Okay, make sandwiches. The canned meat I was telling you about, the reason why I wanted you to get the canned meat is because you can make sandwiches with that as well, and it's a great source of protein. Your canned beans and stuff, you bring your seasoning upstairs in that that bin, and season the can of beans like just like you would be cooking on the oven. And then on the stove, excuse me, then you go ahead and have something for you guys to eat while you're waiting for assistance. I'm sorry I'm real tongue-tied right now. Like I said, I came back. I'm a little stressed and distracted, not even for my own good. It's just um I don't know it if I know I told you all that before, but I have a great deal amount of my family live in Florida. Okay. I did my senior year in high school in Florida. Um, and what I'm distracted by, it is the decision to not leave that's concerning for me. Um, And then I have to remember people leaving, people staying, or doing it for the same reason, fear. Some people are like, oh, they didn't have the resources to be able to leave. That's not true. That's not true. All you have to do is reach out. They have resources and they'll ask you, "Where do you wanna go?" And as a matter of fact, with Greyhound in partnership with it, they'll get you as far out of that storm's way as they possibly can via, bus or train. Yeah, and that started on Tuesday, getting people out to go to family, loved ones. Just tell them 'em. They'll get you on there and get you to going. Coming out of the, Gulfport, what they do is they put them on buses, and then they take them over the Skyway. Once they get them over the Skyway, then they get them back on Amtrak. That Amtrak run them all the way to where they need to go, plan on going out of Storm's Way. Um, and even providing them hotel money or and things. Post storm, if you don't have the money to afford a hotel, please reach out to family, friends, loved ones, church members, distant relatives who are not in the same situation you are, and ask them for their hotel points to be transferred to you so that you can get you and your family somewhere safe post storm, because everything could be devastated and completely wiped out. So ask them, you do know somewhere you can go, and ask them, if they don't mind providing you with some of those points so you can get some hotel stays. Another thing, please, as your church, if you all want to do that kind of fundraiser, hit me up, down in the comments. Just hit me up and ask me, how do we do it as a church? What if we wanted to help these people? We ain't got the money, but I know I got some points. Just hit me up in the comments. I'll come right back. Once I see you want it, I'll come back and tell you how to do it. But it's right now, I'm just, it's the decision to stay that I can't uh wrap my head around right now. So I'm having to remain prayerful, and I encourage other people to be prayerful as well. But in all situations, use knowledge, wisdom, understanding in your faith, and use your faith in the form of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And fear sometimes it causes us not to make a move, not to make a decision, just play it as it comes. And I get that. I get that. And so instead of feeling anger right now, I feel a great deal of compassion and concern, as I do not just for my own family, but all families who are going to be, not possibly be, are going to be impacted by the storm. If you're not employed right now, if you want something to do, you're in another city and state outside of the zone, please go online and register at the American Red Cross. Sign up to be a volunteer, and let them know you want to work with disaster preparedness and you are capable of being deployed because you're not employed. And you can go down there and help with their efforts. Just understand that if you do go, it's not going to be for free. They do provide a stipend, but it's not considered pay, if that makes sense to you. So if you do want to help and you just don't know what to do, then that's an option for you right there. Okay. I can't wait to read y'all comments. I love you all so much. I've been thinking about you. And as you all been coming up recently, I notice if I see a screen name or I see a name or I see a person or their name comes to mind, I just pray for them. I don't need to know what it's about. I just need to be better at being obedient, because that's greater than sacrifice. And my God, you know what? One of us, all of us, do make a difference. It take one person to pray, can make a world of difference. So let us all pray. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.